Tansei, and welcome to Pearl Moon Knits, episode 4. Just want to start off the video quickly saying that I'm sorry for such a long delay. I've had a fairly busy summer. Lots of family activities and extended family and just stuff like that. It was really nice. But now that things have settled down a little bit, I thought I'd try to get a video in. So, I think when I checked last, which was yesterday, that my last video was posted 22 days ago, which is a good length. So I want to start off with, I'm going to tell you about my give me a second, I have to go get my notes. I'm back. Okay, I'm not the greatest at this, so I had to go find my notes. I'm going to start off talking about my mixed rib cami by Handmade by Florence. Yes, that's right. Okay, so I haven't been working on this for the last little while. It's been something that I did end up pushing on the back burner. I have done a couple of rows in the last couple of days, but what I have, this is the back. So then this is the front. Give me a second. Sorry about that. Children. Okay, so like I was showing last time, I was putting stitch markers in where I last filmed. So then this was from the last video. So I've got about that much done. And if I was filming once a week, that's a lot. But it's been almost a month. I feel like it's not a lot, but it's still good. I like this pattern, like I said before my previous videos. It's super fun, it's super nice. I'm on my third ball actually. I don't think I'll be going more after this. Like, I don't even think I'll be, oh, the receipt's in there. I don't even think I'll be using all of this. I need to find my other long cord sock needles because I haven't really tried this on yet, and that's pretty risky. But if it doesn't fit me, if it's a little tight, I know a couple of ladies in my life who I know it'd fit them, so it won't be a waste. Now, last week, oh no, a couple days ago, my local library was having a summertime craft, and I took the kids there and I brought this to work on, but I was a foolish girl because it involved paint and I thought I put it away. I didn't properly. I've been picking at it slowly. Like, you can't really see it on this camera. It's blue, it's a little darker, it's these little specks right here. So I'm really hoping if I pick at it, maybe get some really fine tip tweezers and just slowly I can get it off. I saw that and I wanted to cry, but I'm really scared to wash this, so I don't know if washing will help with it. And I can't remember what type of paint it was. I had some paint that ended up on my clothes and some of the kids' clothes, so when I wash and dry and fold those, I'll see what the results of that, because this might just be a slowly pick at. But yeah, that's all for my mixed rib cami. So cute. I am so close, I think. I feel like getting there. I love the color. I recently been to my closest city, and I've been to the Michaels there looking at the other crochet thread, and I love the little color selections. But I've noticed, I don't remember seeing it there last time, but it obviously was there, just didn't register it, I guess. There's this is a, what size is this? Classic 10. I saw that there's a, was it a classic 5 or a classic 3? I can't remember the number, but it was a bit thicker. It honestly looked close to worsted weight, so I'm thinking the next tank top I do, I'll actually use that yarn. The only downside is there's less in the ball. So I'll have to buy more, I guess. But other than that, it's pretty cute. I love this so much. It's such a fun knit when I do get to it. Uh-oh. I'm gonna have to pause this again. I'm back. Hopefully the kids are gonna be quieter. They like to make noise. Okay, so that was my mixed rib cami. Let's see. Ooh, I have been working on, so I've gotten pretty far on my clear, oopsie, oh no, what was that? I'm snagging. I've gotten pretty far on my Clear Creek cardigan. Actually, let's see. I showed you last video, but this is the back. Here are the cables. Here it is, all the way up. Ooh, lovely. Super cute. Such a fun knit. Like, these cables, I'll go on this side, the camera's on this side. These cables are so fun. And I was complimented about my tension from a friend, and that really made my day. I don't think like my cabling is bad per se, but I don't get much feedback on my knitting from other knitters usually. So when another knitter compliments my knitting, it warms my heart. I do get compliments from non-knitters, and as much as that warms my heart, it's super nice to hear. It's just something, it's just different when a fellow knitter compliments too. But yes, this is the back. Let's put that there. This is the left piece, the front left piece. So I finished this. I can't remember, I think in my last video I was so close to being done. So there it is. So yes, as you can tell, oh, there's the collar part. It's a knit in pieces and sew up. Now this is my first time doing this style of knitting. I was open to it, like I never tried before, so yeah, let's do it. And now that I'm doing it, I'm like, if it was all done together, I would really closely be done. It was just like the knitting I'm used to, it's all in one piece, no sewing. Because I am on the front right now, and I haven't touched this in just over a week, and I'll explain why in a bit. But so that's pretty good. But it's this, then the two sleeves, and then I have to sew them all up, and I can see why it's a common narrative for knitters to not like sewn in pieces, like knit separately and then sew them together, because not the best of sewers. I like sewing, but I'm worried that I did fairly good with the knitting, but my sewing is what's gonna make the cardigan not the best. So, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I'll watch a ton of videos on the best type of stitches, sewing stitches, whatever it's called, type of sewing to make them together, sew them together in a nice sturdy way, but it's still somewhat stretchy and durable and lasts long, because this is a gift knit. It's a gift knit for my auntie, and I did it purposely in acrylic because acrylic is carefree. I don't want to give her a lovely gift for it to be a chore, to hand wash, to dry out, to lay flat, stuff like that. And I know she'd be good at that, and she would do that, but then I also noticed that people, especially non-knitters, tend to not wear the piece as much, because now the caring for it is a whole chore on its own. So at least with acrylic, she could throw it in the washer and dryer. If it happens to go in the wash and dryer, it's not ruined. I actually have a couple of cardigans that I knit for myself in acrylic that I've washed and dried a lot over time, and it's still good. Like, I'm gonna have to go with scissors and trim it, but that doesn't bother me. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to the sewing part, but I do like this pattern. The cabling is so nice. So if I am to knit it again, I'm going to do some mathing and figuring out some research to see how I could do it in a round, like all together. I've never done that before, and I feel like once I figure it out, it's actually not that hard, but what do I know? That's very ignorant of me to say. So I still have the yarn I'm using for this is Big Twist. I got it from Michael's at my local city. If you're new here, I live in central, western, northern Alberta. Not quite central, but you know what I mean. Live in there, and my closest city is Edmonton, and it's about a 2-hour drive. And so I don't go there too often. I do have, like, my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law live in the city, and so we do visit them. And when we do, I tend to sneak off to Michael's to see what they have, see what I need, just stuff like that. But for this project, I bought 3 big balls of yarn just because I don't go to the city a lot. I want to say maybe once a month, or at least they come over. So either way, one of us, someone's coming from the city. So if she's coming, let's say this month, she will stop at Michael's for me if I need a specific thing. But I just thought I'll buy 3 of these, put them off, because if I don't use all 3, which I don't think I'm going to use all 3, that's a big ball of yarn. Like, I could do a lot. So my spare one will be used for other things. Like, I want to do mittens for my kids and toques. I love just sitting there knitting toques and scarves, just stuff like that. And with it being gray, it's very gender neutral. My son isn't upset that it's girly, and my girls aren't upset because it's boyish. But yeah, that's that. And let me just roll these up and put it back in the bag. Now, my other project that I've been working on is actually the one I've put on the back burner first since my last video. I don't remember if I did anything since the last video, so I'm going to assume I did, and I'm just going to show you guys anyway. But this is the one I actually should put all my other projects off to the side, because this one needs to be finished soon, because this one too is gift crochet. This is the butterfly cardigan. I already did one of these before. I did one for me in a pink and black, but this one is for my sister-in-law. She's such a sweet lady. I love her so much, and this is how far I am. I feel like I've done some since my last video. Yes, I'm still on the front piece. My plan is to do the front connected and do the back connected. Obviously the back will be connected. It's not going to be separate in the middle, so you can like put buttons. That's what I originally did with mine, and I ended up just sewing the top piece so it's still open but it's closed right here. But I'm doing both closed, so it's kind of like a pullover for her. She likes pullovers and that kind of style. I need to go back to working on it because this is a gift knit for her. She was so sweet. She bought her and I tickets to our favorite band that's coming to Edmonton at the end of September, and I'm very thankful for that. And I just want to give thanks in a way, and sorry. She complimented, give me a second. Sorry, had to go clear my throat. She complimented my pink cardigan, my pink butterfly cardigan, and mentioned that she would make herself one in a gray, black and gray, because she likes to crochet. And it just stuck with me. And I thought, you know what, that's what I'll make her, because she's a fairly busy woman. So she has other projects she likes to do, and she just has a whole life on her own, so she's just busy. So it would be a while before she got to it, and I thought, hey, I'll make one for her as a thank you gift. So that's what that one is. And now, what's that one? Oh yes, last week I ordered just a needle set, just like a cheap one off Amazon. I have notes on it, actually, the brand, how much it was. So it's just knitting needle kit. It's from Claude. I've never heard of them. So it's a little wrecked, but this is what they are. Interchangeable, super nice. I thought the color was cute. They actually came in, like, the price, first off, for me off Amazon. I got my brother order it. He has Amazon Prime, so it comes quicker than if I ordered it. The price for it, the original price it said was $53.99, but it was on like a little mini sale for $49.99, $50. Actually, I think was shipping in that. I think it was like $53 anyways. But they had other colors. They had a blue, which was like $50. They had a green, which was, did I say $53? The blue was $50. The green was $53, and then the multicolored one, which was the one I was originally thinking of getting because each different size of needles was a different color. The cords, I think, were still pink because these cords are pink. And then with the blue and the green, those were blue and green to their set color. But the multicolored one was $53, and then the red one was $47. The red was cheaper. The red looked nice, but I was torn between the pink and the multicolored one, and I thought, let's just get the pink because the case was super cute, and each one had their own case. And I don't have pictures of them. I actually am using my phone to record this, so maybe I'll grab one of the spare phones and look through and screenshot some pictures so I can show it next time. But yeah, this is it. The cords, they're aluminum. There's I'm being summoned. Give me a second. Sorry about that. Where was I? So I got the pink. I love the case, the little hearts in pink. Pink is my absolute favorite color. I love all colors, but pink is my top favorite. So I guess pink's my weakness. Pink and blue. But anyways, it came with 4 cables. We had a 16-inch, a 24-inch, a 32-inch, and a 40-inch. The only ones I have in here is my absolute biggest, the 40-inch, and my shortest, 16-inch. So I'll try and get in there. Let's see if you can see it. It's pink. It's like a metal cord in the middle, with a pink plastic on the outside. The needles are 4 inches themselves. Let me just put this away quickly, and I'll whip out a needle. I'm currently using 2 sizes. I am using, let's see, I'm currently using one for the Clear Creek. That's not it. For my Clear Creek cardigan, the 4.5, and I'm using the 5.5 for our current project. I started a new project to test these needles out because I didn't want to instantly switch to this in case the needles weren't that good, because I'm not saying because they're a cheap brand that they're automatically going to be bad. What my worry was the cord part. I'm a tight knitter, and part of that is I hold on to the needle really, not super hard, but I do hold on, especially, let me actually bring that back out. Right here, I'll knit and I'll notice that I'll put pressure on this part, which thinking about now, I should have probably got a longer version instead of 4 inches. Maybe look for a different needle set, because I think they're all just 4 inches, for like at least 5, because I knit with I do have some Chai-Goo knitting needles, and I already broke where the cord goes into the metal piece there of my Chai-Goos. And I shouldn't say already, I've had those for a while, and I wasn't constantly using them, but I did use them a good amount. And yeah, I notice I get pretty rough, like I'm pretty hard, because I'll hold it there and I'll get into it, especially with my yarn, the project right here. I'll rest my hand on there, so it's just constantly putting pressure. But yes, with my new project, which I'll show in a bit, I actually was a little more trusting, so I put them on my clear group, did a couple rows to get the feel of them, and then put that away and went back to my new project. But I'm gonna continue with my needles. Let's pull out the smallest size, which is 3 millimeters. Pretty good, like so cute, I think. And so, and then my biggest size, which I don't think I'll end up using. It's been a long time since I knit chunky yarn, but yeah, which is size 10, which isn't bad. Like that's a good size range. At least then when I do decide to knit something chunky, which I've had before, I don't hate knitting chunky. My friends and I used to work with my friend's business, Knits and Knacks, and we used to knit chunky hats. Well, I guess no, it was just mainly toques, just chunky toques and stuff like that. It wasn't 10 millimeter chunky. It was 9. I think the highest I've been is 9. I have used 10 millimeters on certain projects before. I'm blanking though. And thinking about now, maybe it was a crochet hook. Anyways, I'm not adverse to it, but I will let you know the sizes. So, oh, I didn't put these away properly, so that's gonna bother me. I just want to quickly say it also comes with these cord stoppers, these little keys to help tighten, and then this black leathery grippy, not leather, rubbery grippy thing. So when I'm tightening with the key, I can hold the knitting needle with this to really keep it still and like get it on. Now, oh, and an extender, which thinking about that now, that would be very helpful with my tight grip, if that's the proper word for that. So maybe I'll put that on my next project, the project I'm about to show you. But yeah, not bad. I think honestly not bad for think I'm being summoned by my littlest one. Nope, never mind. She's calling her brother. Okay, so not bad, especially for what I say. I think in total cost me like $53. For a while there, I've been wanting the Chai-Gu knitting, the Chai-Gu equivalent of this. I'm so bad at this. I'm so sorry. I'm blanking. But I just, at the moment, I don't have the money to spend over $200 on it. Like, if I saved up over time, I could. It's just with life as it is right now and having kids and just all of that, and we only live on one income. Like my husband works, I stay home. I feel more guilty doing it, at least than $53. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I still feel guilty with it, but it's a lot less and a lot shorter of a time compared to if I spent over $200 on the Chai-Gu set. And now I get why they cost that much. They're a very good quality of knitting needles. I have some that I bought slowly over time, and they're my favorite knitting needles. It's just nice to have a complete set and cord. Actually, it's not my only one. I do have this one from, let me see, Clover. This was gifted to me by my really good friend. She was gifted, I think, or she bought a new set, so she was so kind and gifted me these, and I've used these. I've had it for over a year now, and man, did I put mileage on them. I love them. I still use them. It's nice to have multiple needles of the size. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the biggest fan of bamboo or wood or whatever, like the wooden, like the bamboo style. I do like metal more, but there's no shame to these. I still use these. I am currently using this, misusing one still. I can't remember what project, because that or I had them off to the side and now I have to go find them. But super, super nice. I actually highly recommend these ones too. This was such a lovely gift from my friend, and I still can't believe she gifted these to me. But yes, now I'm gonna go back to the needle set, the project that I'm working on. I put all my other projects on hold because I wanted to try out these needles, and I wanted to try them out on, I thought it was a good excuse to start up a whole new heart chain sweater. So that's what I did. Started last Wednesday, and I already got to past the sleeves. So when you do the heart chain sweater, you start on the back, knit to essentially where the end of the armhole is, and then, yes, the back, sorry, I had to think about if I started back or front. And then you cut the yarn, either put it on a cord or put scrap yarn. I did scrap yarn because I wasn't at home at the time, so I didn't have my other cords to just put it in. So then you pick up, go to the front, pick up the side, start knitting to about here, pick up the other side, start knitting to about here, and then combine them. Sorry, I just started thinking maybe I shouldn't be talking about the pattern like this. I don't know what is allowed. And then I started knitting here to where, again, the sleeves would technically end, and then you connect them and then just start knitting in the round, and that's where I am. So today's Thursday, so yesterday has been a week. This is a whole week's worth of knitting. I am just using, I think it's old yarn I had stashed away. I think about probably, I think it's Burnett. No, not Burnett. Okay. Wow, I'm blanking because I bought this yarn a couple years ago because I was gonna crochet a cardigan, and I did start it, but I can't remember why I stopped it. I stopped. I was bad for that though. Back then I was really bad for starting and not finishing. But anyways, I stopped, and I picked it up, tried picking it up recently, and just was lost. So I put the back in my little tub of yarn and thought, whatever, maybe I'll touch it, maybe I won't, I don't know. But I found this yarn, and then I started knitting a toque, which, speaking of which, give me a second, I'm gonna pause this and grab a toque. I'm back. So it's just and I found out where the knitting needles was for my toque. It's just a basic ribbed, 1x1 ribbed toque. This is my third one, because I woke up one day and I was like, man, end of July, early August, I think it was something around there. And I was like, man, it's getting close to winter. I need to start knitting toques. And it's a mindless knit. I can just go. And so this was my third one. And my friend, the one who actually gifted me this, commented how nice this yarn was. And I thought, yep, I have a lot of it. I'm going to knit her a sweater. So if that's what this is for. That's who this is for. It's my friend. And I love this pattern so much, so it wasn't a hard convincing to do. I already have plans to knit like at least 3 more of this sweater for some other people, but I don't know, I'll get to that by this year. I think this is going to be my go-to sweater when I want to knit, but I don't know what I want to knit, but I want to knit something big and something cabley. It will be this pattern. It's such a lovely pattern. But anyways, this pattern for this toque, if I remember correctly, it's free. I found it on Ravelry, and if I remember correctly, it's Pearl Soho. And if you go to look for it, I just went on Ravelry, went to filters, worsted weight, knitted toques, and I don't know if I hit free because I have no problems paying for patterns. I find they're the cheapest part of knitting, and just usually helping like local just designers, and it's a beautiful craft. Anyways, and I like the look of this one. Like I said, it's super basic, and it wasn't just a plain knitting. It was ribbed, and so I saw that, I clicked it, and it's not, you don't download it, but you go to their website and you just read it, which is nice. Like, that doesn't bother me at all. But anyways, this is my third one. I'll have to look for the other 2. I must knit really tight. Maybe I should go up a needle size because I did a small adult and it fits my 7-year-old who has a fairly small head pretty good, and it does not fit my 12-year-old who has a big head like me. So I think I'll have to go up a needle size when I do his toque, or pick a bigger knitting pattern, because it has child, small adult, medium adult, and large adult. Don't quote me on that. There was multiple sizes, but I couldn't tell you all the sizes. But anyways, if I should have enough yarn to do this without pulling this apart, but if I do, I know if I have to end up pulling this apart, that will cover everything, which makes me happy because I'm not the biggest fan of this color, and I don't know why I bought a sweater's quantity of this color to crochet myself a cardigan, because I don't really like this color. It's a lovely color. I just find it doesn't look good on me. So I don't know what I was thinking when I bought this. I think it was like the excitement of doing a sweater and then having the limited options that I have, because the town I go grocery shopping in, they don't have a Michael's, they have a Walmart, and Walmart doesn't have the best selection of yarn. And actually fairly recently, not recently, I guess they've been around for a good bit, but I've just learned about them recently. The town that is the absolute closest to me, it's really small. It doesn't have a Walmart or anything like that, but they have a locally owned craft store, and she does sell yarn, but it's like commercial yarn, so it does do brunette. And I'll have to see if she has this color, because if I remember correctly, this is brunette. And if I don't have enough yarn, I might have to take the sweater into Michael's or Walmart and just hold it up to yarn and pray for the best. But anyways, this is my little random project I totally forgot about because I started a sweater. Yes. So I've been knitting on this like non-stop all week. I love the cables. If you've been wanting to knit a sweater, not wanting to knit a cabled sweater, I recommend this one. If you've been wanting to knit the sweater but don't really know if you should, like kind of been hemming and hawing, recommend this one. So what I've been doing, since this is going to be my third one for the last two, which I'm going to do with this one, the collar here is double knit, so you knit and then knit like double the amount and then fold it and then sew it. I don't do that. I'll have to find my pink one and count how much I knit, but that's what I did. I didn't do the double knit. It was a combination of being impatient because this was the last part of my sweater before weaving in ends, and I don't like right here being thick and chunky compared to the rest, so I like the way it turned out. I've washed and dried it once to really help stretch it out, and then I trimmed it, but I haven't washed and dried it since wearing it a couple of times, so this would be a good test to see over the years, over the time when I wash and dry it, how the collar turns out. But yeah, that's what I did, and I really like it. And this part is what caught me. I've said this before. It's the heart cables, so cute. But yes, this is the reason all my other projects have been put on hold, and give myself a couple more days with it because I just love this pattern. But then I'm gonna have to put that one on hold to work on my butterfly cardigan and get that completely done and over with. Not that it's bad, I have over a month to finish it, but when I tell myself that, I tend to push and procrastinate. I've got time, and then bam, it's tomorrow and I didn't touch it, and that scares me. My plan is to get it finished, get it, I want to do nice packaging, some paper, tissue paper, probably in black, a little black ribbon, put it in a nice box and a thank you card and stuff like that, so I can present it to her before or maybe after the concert, just a thank you, because she didn't have to do that, and she's so lovely. And I don't know how else to say thank you besides thank you, because obviously I said thank you and multiple times, but I feel like that's not enough. Okay, I'm gonna put I found a cable, no, not a cable, a cord for this, so I want to put that away quickly. I used to be bad for losing the needles and the cords to this set, and I've been working on, when I'm not using it, put it away, because I don't have a big house, so it's not like I don't want to walk over there and get it, so just walk over there, put it away. This is how things stay nice and complete. Yeah, like I said, with this needle set so far, I really like it. Oh, before I forget, I don't know if this is because like it's supposed to be like this and all the needle cords, let me get close, cords do that, but like you can see, let's see if I can lock on that. Give me a second. Right there. Okay, I'm gonna lose that lock. It moves. It like slides in and out. When it comes off, it actually comes off right. I'm trying to get my face out here so it focuses on the needle, but I don't understand why it's having, whoopsie, having a hard time with that. Anyways, it comes off there, and like this part twists without the cord twisting, so that's pretty nice. And like I said, I've been knitting this pretty non-stop for a week, and I'm a pretty rough knitter. I don't tug on it, that scares me. So when I do move my live stitches, I'm gentle, especially more so with these than I am with my other set. And they haven't popped off. I feel like they shouldn't, as long as I'm gentle and aware. So that was the only thing I had a problem with, is that I don't remember my Chigus doing that. I remember my Knitter Prides doing that, but they did that after, because I used Knitter Pride when we were making hats for markets. So I was knitting a lot, and after a while, that's when it started doing that, and then eventually it just popped off. I crazy glued it back in, and it was fine. It just made me nervous with them doing that right off the bat. I think it's just the way it's designed, because this metal piece can twist without the cords twisting with it. And like I said, I'm gentle with them, so they shouldn't pop off. But I will keep you guys updated. I'm gonna keep writing notes about this for the next while, and I will mark down when they do break, because they are gonna break. Like, things in use over time will break and wear, especially when you're rough. I'm gonna try not to be so rough. I do need to fix that, but I'll mark down when they break and see in the end if it was worth 50 bucks. Like, so far, in my opinion, this is worth 50 bucks. I'm just gonna say I'm not sponsored by them, obviously. I bought them off Amazon. Maybe you can find them other places, I don't know. But yeah, not bad. Like I said, not bad. I like the different color options. Maybe down the road when I need more needles, I'll probably pick a multicolor. Actually, no, I might pick a blue. That blue and that green were really nice. Anyways, that's probably what I'll do. Like I said, not bad. That was my only worry with these needles, and so far they're doing good. I've been knitting lots, and I shouldn't say it, I've been knitting as much as I can with how much time I have available to do it, which for the last little bit was a decent amount, actually. Now, that is everything I have to show and talk about. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. Okay, they're playing. Sorry, I thought that was crying. That sounds like whining. But anyways, please leave a comment if you guys have. Tell me about what you guys have been working on this summer. If you've been working on anything. Any knitting, any crocheting, sewing, cross stitching, embroidery. I want to hear all of it. I love all sorts of crafts, even if it's drawing, writing. Like, I find any and all forms of creativity so interesting. Playing an instrument, stuff like that. Making candles. The list could go on. There's so many things. I just want to hear about it. I love hearing about crafts and the creativity of people. But thank you so much for coming, and I'm sorry for the long wait. I am going to say, I don't think I'm going to do this every week. Especially as the fall hits, school's going to be happening. I homeschool my kids, so now I'm going to be transitioning back into just focusing mainly on that, and then working in some knitting and crochet. So I'm thinking I'm going to do this every other other week. So every 14 days. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a lovely day. Bye.